You are listening to a One Pint Stand, a Minnesota craft beer podcast that tells the stories of craft beer in Minnesota and beyond. So kick back, relax, and grab a cold one. The show starts now. Hello, my name is Dan Bobian, and I write, produce, and host a One Pint Stand. I'm ecstatic that you're listening. This episode of a One Pint Stand is brought to you by Lupulin Brewing, home of Minnesota's favorite hazy IPA, Hui. Known for world-class IPAs, their craft shines across every style. The award-winning Dortmunder Lager, the coveted Barrel God Imperial Stouts, fruity, balanced sours like Fairies Yes, and the upcoming Squizzle Triple Berry. They're also the creators of Minnesota's favorite THC seltzer, Smazy. Proving that whether it's beer or beyond, Lupulin delivers with creativity, consistency, and a whole lot of flavor. On this episode of A One Pint Stand, I join Andy and Tasha Klockow in their Grand Rapids, Minnesota brewery tap room to chat about Klockow Brewing. They give us the origin story of the brewery. They tell us how they provide the community with an inclusive and welcoming space to enjoy craft beers, and we have a ton of laughs. So let's head out to the tap room for my beer chat with Andy and Tasha. Cheers. Okay, welcome to another on-location episode of A One Pint Stand. I'm your host, Dan Bobian, and today I'm all the way up in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, not Grand Rapids, Michigan. A couple days ago, I asked for online recommendations, and people were giving me breweries in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm like, Minnesota, Michigan? I know they both start with an M, but come on, people. Do better. Literacy rates here. I'm in Grand Rapids, Minnesota at Klockow Brewing Company. And I'm being joined by Andy and Tasha. Thank you both so much for taking time out of your day to chat with me and have me up here. I'm really excited. This is a very cute tap room. I love that the stage is pretty ginormous.
Yeah.
Some people we've got live music tonight, and they're like on a milk crate. I'm like, you could probably have every member of Earth, Wind, and Fire on this thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
with room to spare.
Dozens of milk crates.
With the big. Hey, wait, hold on. I got that. There we go. We got the sound effects too.
Don't encourage him.
Yes. Oh yeah. There's a lot of good ones on here.
Amazing.
So before we kind of start getting into kind of the history of Klockow Brewing and kind of how you all became members of the Minnesota craft beer industry, let's start with some easy kind of get to know you questions. So I'd like you to say your name, what you do at the brewery, your favorite Klockow Brewing beer, and kind of give a plug. Maybe you can get a little kickback from the Grand Rapids Tourism Board. Why do you think people need to come up to Grand Rapids, Minnesota for a visit?
Yeah, so my name is Andy, and what is my title at this point? Head anxiety wrangler?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's your newest
that would look
title.
fancy on a business card.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like that.
Yes, I use my anxiety to manage other people's anxiety. And it works out. But no, head brewer by title and head janitor by everything else.
Yeah.
Do anything from the accounting to, payroll, working the tap room, brewing, canning, driving, sales. Yep. Just kind of a general wear lots of hats.
I like to say master of all trades. Yeah. Or what is it?
Jack of all trades,
master of none. I love
Yeah.
that.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. My QuickBooks game is pretty good now.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah.
Proud of that one.
Yeah.
But let's see. My favorite Klockow beer, that's a good one. It's usually either a golf course beer, shower beer, after brewing beer, which are no real beers. It doesn't matter which beer it is, I guess. It's more
it's more
activity.
of the venue.
Yeah, exactly. The venue. Like, what are you doing? Going golfing? I'm going to have a beer.
Yeah. What are you doing? Taking a shower. Why do you have your golf clubs? Don't worry about it.
Right, it's fine. Working on my game. But I have to say, out of all of our beer, BHK is the one that usually stands out for me, the Nut Brown Ale.
Oh, okay.
And just cool beer. It's named after my dad. And when
cool.
we got into this, he was really into brown ales and porters and stouts.
Yes.
And now he's all into hazies. I'm like, Dad.
Oh, no.
No.
We'll still wish him Happy Father's Day.
Sure will.
Yeah.
But yeah, the brown ales.
That's just
I love the brown ales.
Yeah, it's just a good all-around beer, like winter, summer, anytime.
Yep. Yeah. So tell me, why should people come up to Grand Rapids?
It's a really unique spot, kind of in the middle of the Northwoods. Pretty accessible, whether you're going to be out on the lake, kayaking, water activities, that kind of stuff. Fishing is amazing around here. Yeah. There's tons of hiking trails and bike trails. Just a lot to do to just get out and enjoy nature.
Yeah.
And,
great.
Yeah. And not hop, skip, and a jump from the Twin Cities. So it's
it's not, I mean, so I split the difference. I visited my dad. He lives in Nisswa. So it was not, it was like, I think an hour and 38 minutes from his driveway to your parking lot. So that was easy. I just listened to a podcast and before I knew it, I was here. So
it was a beautiful drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's like, you probably want to cut over to 210 and take the highway. I'm like, no, I did all the little county roads through the woods. And that was very, very peaceful and relaxing. So I'm a teacher during the school year. So this is my first full week of summer vacation. So I was really happy to just drive through the woods and just kind of not be in a hurry. And now we're here. This is so relaxing. I'm drinking this New Zealand Pilsner, which is what's the name of this one?
Driver Off the Deck.
Driver Off the Deck. Tell me, is that a golf reference?
It's a golf reference.
Okay, all
right. I've spread the golf disease around to some of the guys around here that are like, wow, this is fun. We should go do this more often. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, somebody asked me why I used to golf more regularly. And I'm like, well, when I realized it was swinging and hitting, and then that was just basically an expensive walk through the woods looking for my ball. I'm like, I could just do that at the park and save a bunch of money.
That's true.
So,
Yep.
But yeah. There must be good golfing up here.
Yeah, we got a couple great courses really close.
Okay.
One right in town, one in Coleraine, another little south of town at a resort. And
okay.
Good times. And we figured to make a golf themed beer because it's just kind of fun and ridiculous to take a driver right off the deck of the course, driver off the deck.
Yeah. I like that. Tasha, how about you?
Well, I'm Tasha. Hi. My favorite beer, is that what we're starting with?
Yeah.
His favorite beer?
Yep.
Now.
Oh, actually, your roll.
Oh, my roll. Oh, boy. It's much the same as Andy's, where it can change on the daily. I got
a little taste of your HR director back behind the bar a little while ago.
Yes. Yep. So it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I mainly do regional sales.
Okay.
So you'll find me driving a lot and chatting with people all over the state because we distribute all through the state and a little into Superior.
Wow, that's quite a stretch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, we get around.
We sure do. Lots of road time.
So otherwise, it's like a bunch of random stuff. So you can find me doing minor electrical work or redoing tables or putting together things and doing outside events and inside events. And it's just kind of a rotating carousel of shenanigans.
She cleaned my desk today.
I did.
Yeah.
Wow.
My cluttered up desk.
It
was insane. I came back. It was like, whoa, this is different.
Yep.
One of the years early on in my teaching career, I'm very abstract random. So I'm like a piles person.
Yeah.
And we started having a competition at the end of the year. Who could dig under and pull the oldest piece of anything. And I'm like, ooh, August 22nd of the year before, I win. And then I cleaned my desk and people were like, are you not coming back? I'm like, what? Are you okay? No, I just cleaned it. That's what they said we're supposed to do. We didn't think you were capable of that. So I'm like, oh, thanks. So I get it. Yeah. I had a sub once clean my desk, and my joke, students come up and they're like, Mr. B, your desk gives me anxiety just looking at it. I'm like, okay, well, let's play a game. You say something, and I will maintain eye contact with you and find it. And if I can't do that, then I'll clean it. And the student was like, okay. Stapler. I'm like, dry erase marker. And I'm like, it said 5 things okay, whatever. I guess it works for you, but still. So I get that.
Great.
That's a nice thing.
Organized chaos. It's fine.
Yes.
Organized chaos.
Organized chaos.
Yep.
That's generally how we operate, but also my brain needs things to make sense.
Yeah,
Visually.
that's
Visually.
important.
Yes.
Important. Now, I'm assuming, are you the two owners?
We are.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Fabulous.
We're partners in every sense of the word. That's what we
Correct.
like to say.
Yeah.
It's partners in business and parenthood and animal ownership and
Life.
yes.
Nice.
Like in general.
What kind of pets do you have?
Oh, we have
boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have a dog, a
Okay.
cat, and a painted turtle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
His
that's
name-
fun.
His name is Green Bean, and he's going to be 20 in August.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you think we can slip him a beer since he's
Just
almost
dump it in
21?
his tank.
Glug, 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 glug,
Here we
glug.
go, buddy.
There you go.
Happy birthday.
He would be pumped. He'd be doing a slide all the time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I asked my wife if I could get a tortoise one time, and she's like, you can't, no, because it's going to outlive you. And then what do I do with it? I'm like, good point.
Yeah.
We have guinea pigs. My wife's allergic
nice.
to dogs and cats.
no.
So we
Okay.
have, currently we have 4. We're fostering one with intent to adopt,
Okay.
but their names they're all beer names. Guinness,
Nice.
Allagash, because she's all white, so
Oh,
Allagash
nice.
White
Yeah,
from Allagash Brewing out in Maine. Velvet, named after a Firestone Walker milk stout called Velvet Merkin,
Ooh.
which is kind of a funny name for that.
You ever call him Merc for short?
Yeah, it's so I don't know. I was probably, I don't know how old I was when I found out what a Merkin was, but ever since then I've just kind of been obsessed, and it's just kind of.
We talk a lot about Merkins here. Yeah. Yes.
See, you're my people. This
Yeah,
is great.
yeah.
This is
There's
great.
like an ongoing joke actually that one of our staff, he just left for a local restaurant that's opening. But every time he would shave something, he's in plays. So every time he'd shave his facial hair off for a play, he'd be like, "Well, you're gonna have to get the company issued Merkin now." And when he left, are you familiar with what is it, Caduceus Sellers? Maynard James Keenan from Tool and A Perfect Circle. He has a
No.
winery in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And one of his wine offshoots is Merkin Wines.
Oh,
So,
that's
Yeah.
just funny.
yes.
I just remember like watching. There was an episode of like 30 Rock, and Jenna was on like the Today Show and plugging some charity. She was like, "Yeah, all the money will be donated to Merkins for Hope." And I'm like, "Wait, what is that?" And I Googled it. I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." So yeah.
Care if I Google myself?
So Velvet Merkin
That's
was like
fantastic.
this name, and they that's the best. So it was my first time ever going to Colorado. We went to Fort Collins, and we went to the Tap and Handle, which is a pretty iconic craft beer bar up there, and they had like the cellar, and you could buy bottles, and they'd open them, and I'm like, they have Velvet Merkin, we're getting that. And my wife was like, okay.
Was
So
it
I
good?
it was very good because
Okay.
it was like barrel aged, and it comes in a fancy box, and I still have the bottle. And I'm like, which is the jokes write themselves here at the One Pint Stand. But yeah, so every time and one of my many joys in life is like, if you run into somebody who doesn't know what a Merkin is and you kind of explain it to them, their face lights up and they giggle, and it's just fabulous. So
Yes.
yeah.
What's the fourth guinea pig's name?
The fourth one. So the one that we're fostering, she is very auburn in color. So we named her Killian as Killian's
Nice.
Irish Red, because that was one of my gateway beers
Mine
back in the
too.
day. Yeah.
Yes.
It was so good.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's
that kind of what
yeah.
got me into craft beer in a way, because it's like it got me past. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but in college I went through a Zima phase because I'm
we
like,
all?
this is Were you a Jolly Rancher in the Zima?
No.
Okay,
no,
yeah.
I was
that's
a
what-
purist. Yeah.
Every now and then I do that, and I was blackballed from the Zima Society. It was awful. And then I'm like graduated into beer because I'm like, oh, this lukewarm Busch Light in the basement is not doing it for me. Zima, it's like Sprite with a kick. I'll enjoy this for a while. And everybody gave me crap. And then in 2014, they re-released it. And so I'm like, hey, Zima's back. Everything's coming up Millhouse. It was just great. So, but yeah, Killian's Irish Red was one of kind of like the first, like not macro beers at the time that had flavor. And it was kind of my first intro to malty beers.
Yeah.
So then I kind of dabbled in Killian's, Newcastle,
Yes.
Michelob Amberbach. I remember like kind of all those were kind of like the first. And then I discovered Blue Moon, which at the time I think was maybe still craft, maybe not.
Yep.
And then the doors blew off when I went to Cleveland and went to Great Lakes Brewing for the first time in 2006.
Cool. Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. So,
Nice.
so you said your favorite Klockow brew was the.
So I'm gonna be a little controversial here.
That's fine. We love controversy
Okay.
here in the
Yep.
One Pint Stand.
There's a difference between the best beer that we've ever done and my favorite beer. So the best beer that we've ever done, hands down, is our Magic Roundabout, which is bourbon barrel aged vanilla stout,
Oh,
and it had the vanilla beans soaking in the barrel with the beer. as it was
Ooh.
aged.
First time I ever bought a kilo of something. Vanilla beans. How they
I hope the
come out.
DEA is not
Yeah,
listening.
right,
It's like, everybody was really wired after just a taste of this. They call this
Vanilla beans, yeah.
Colombian Java. It's like the snowblower of beers. That's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
I would have to agree with Andy. I think BHK is my favorite beer as well.
Okay.
But am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a malty bitch
Hey,
through and through.
there you go.
So
That's why I put a ring on it.
yeah. Someone's got to have it. Yeah. Yeah. So anything malty that we make, I really, really enjoy. Right now I'm having In the Pines, which is a collaboration that we did with our friends who are opening a restaurant in downtown Grand Rapids.
Okay.
And it is a really delightful pale ale, and I love the maltiness of this beer.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty much anything malty that we make, I'm down for.
Yeah.
And generally anything malty that anyone else makes, I'm also down for.
Yeah. I mean, malt is one of those things. It's everybody loves to talk about hops. That's like the real exciting thing. But I do think malt is very important, and it is fun. Like one of the so Andy from Northbound has Maris the Otter shirt, and I love that shirt, and I just think it's like so fun. But like, yeah, malty beers are so good, and I think they are gaining an appreciation. I mean, I don't know what you want to call it, the craft beer enthusiasts, craft beer nerds, craft beer dorks, whatever. I think they've always appreciated malt because I think when, and this is a perfect segue into our kind of first question, but like, when I first got into craft beer, it was like malty beers. I remember very specifically the first time I had a Summit EPA, and I was like, what is this? What is this devil juice? And it was just like too hoppy. And now I take a sip of EPA. I'm like, why did this ever jar my palate so bad? But it's just like you have to kind of work up to it. So, I want to hear your elevator pitch for Grand Rapids.
So I'm actually from Grand Rapids. I was
Okay.
born and raised. And so when we were looking for a brewery location, we were living in the cities. And
okay.
every time we were like, Grand Rapids still doesn't have a brewery. And so we did like market research and met with a business consultant at the Economic Development Council here. And all signs were like, this needs to happen.
Yeah.
So the response that we got was so overwhelming of folks really wanting us here. And we were starting a family, and we wanted to raise our child in like the environment that we grew up in, and he's from northern Wisconsin, so it was something
Very
really
similar.
Yeah.
really similar. So having the Mississippi River right here, and if you walk out our tap room door and you look up at the water tower, at the angle that it's at, it literally says it's in Minnesota. Nature is the last part. In Minnesota's nature.
It's in Minnesota's nature.
It's in Minnesota.
Nice. Yes.
But the nature is such a huge draw for us.
Yeah.
In year round. So not just in the warmer months, but we're cross country skiing, we're snowboarding, we're hiking
cool.
all winter long.
Ice fishing.
Yeah.
It's so picturesque. It's so beautiful up here.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, we have such a cool community here.
Yeah.
It's always evolving and changing, and there's so many people who are really passionate about making this area really the best it can be.
Yeah.
And it really reflects in like the feeling that you get when you go around town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited because I'm going to be here for 2 nights.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of fun to, just like, I did some online research, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to like, when we wrap up the interview, I'm going to write down a bunch of recommendations from you all.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited to just kind of just experience a town. I think sometimes when I travel for beer, I always pick like a beer city to go to, and shame on me, I forget that like there's all sorts of cool pockets of Minnesota that like most of the time I go for a day or like a couple hours, but like the thought of really just like pretending I'm a Grand Rapids resident for 2 days will be really fun. So I think that will be good. And so I'm curious to kind of explore and try to immerse myself in the Grand Rapids culture and as well as like the beer culture. So, so tell me what year did Klockow open?
We opened October 2017.
Okay.
So we're in our 8th year.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So that was kind of on the cusp of like, the big boom. I call it like the let's open a brewery we can print money phase. that era
who said that?
Didn't last nearly long enough. I don't know. Well, I don't think it was true. I think it was a misnomer. But before we get into that, I just had the first couple sips of this West Coast IPA. What is it called?
Travelin' Jack.
Travelin' Jack. Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me about this beer. This is really good.
So this started out, we made this recipe back when we were home brewing. And I say we like we're both doing it. I was helping.
You
at
watched
some
me
point.
clean up some messes.
Yeah, I think this was the one that the initial name was Catastrophe IPA.
Yeah.
Because the first time that you brewed it at home, didn't like the spigot fall out?
Yeah, the spigot of the brew bucket went just shooting out, and
Yep. Yes, that is for sure. Like I heard a commotion and came, and the whole kitchen was flooded with beer.
she said that sounded hilarious.
Oh, my hard work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is like an OG recipe for us.
I can tell it's very good for what I want. And first of all, the first thing you can see through it. So we're already on the path to success
ding.
there when we talk West Coast IPA. Yeah. I'm always flummoxed when I walk into a place and like, here's our West Coast. And it's like, it's not hazy, but you can't see through. I'm like, what is
Right.
and then you taste it and it's fine. But I think my eyes trick my brain because like if I can't get over that. Like when I like, oh well, no, it's not. It's not a West Coast IPAs. You should be able to see through. I mean, there may be a little bit of like cloudiness, but like this thing was bordering on hazy. It like had its toe in the water of the hazy pool. And, but this is very good, and I like the brightness. It's got that little nice bite at the end of hops. What hops do you do?
So I'm a big fan of like the CTZ variety, like Columbus Tomahawk Zeus.
Oh yeah.
Great bittering edition.
Iconic, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so just a little bit of that for bittering. A bunch of Cascade, Mosaic, a little bit of Citra, and then like huge Cascade dry hop.
Okay.
After fermentation, so it kind of helps clarify it. And,
interesting. Is that kind of a fairly new method of doing it, or just like something that not many people do?
No, that's kind of how I learned about dry hopping when I worked at Hammerheart.
Okay.
Finish it up, do a little soft crash, and then get your hops in there.
Okay.
And then that helps kind of, clarify, filter a little bit. And,
Interesting.
Still extract flavor
Okay.
and aroma.
How long were you at Hammerheart?
About 3 years.
Okay. From the get-go when they opened up in Lionel Lakes?
About 6 months in after they opened.
Okay.
And then, bartended, brewed. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. My sister-in-law, so my wife's sister, lives like 3 minutes away. Mm-hmm. And that was always like the thing. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go to your sister's house, but afterwards we have to go to the brewery. And so I'd go there, and then then the brewery, I always thought it seemed to me like a very strange, like a square peg in a round hole.
Oh, 100%.
Because you have this it's a very because we go over there and it's a more conservative area. Mm-hmm. And when I walked in, the thing that made me so happy was I saw this sign on the wall that said, "We will not tolerate any racism, bigotry, homophobic," and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That is bold. But it was so cool. And that was kind of right at the time when Game of Thrones was on TV, before season 8 when they completely shat the bed.
Yeah, sure.
But,
too soon.
That's right, still too soon. Even it'll always be too soon. 40 years down the road it'll be too soon. But walking in there, I'm like, I feel like I'm like gonna run into Brienne of Tarth walking in. And I thought that was such a neat vibe. And just like the beers were so interesting. And I like that you had very aggressively smoked beers, but some of the English ale or what was that? That was
British Invasion.
Yeah, British Invasion. Yeah. That was very approachable and very I think you had to I told people okay, go there. Isn't that all they do is smoke? But they do it so well, and so it's if you go to a restaurant that's a certain theme and we use spice. Well, that spice is a continuum. It's a spectrum.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to me because that was I do miss that place.
Right.
Yes. And they are releasing beer again.
Yeah,
yes.
I've been watching that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things on certain beer trading groups over the years, that definitely had a demand, not just in Minnesota, but outside of Minnesota too.
Sure. If there's one takeaway from being friends with Hammerheart folks is that be unapologetically yourself at all times.
Yep.
And it will come off as sincere. And there's just no bullshit with them, which I always appreciate.
Oh, yeah. No, they're great. Some of my best friends, and that was kind of one of the things. Yeah, we're gonna treat you better than we treat ourselves.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
Lived up to it.
We consider them our brother brewery. They're our kin. We are just always going to be tied to Hammerheart and vice versa. They're stuck with us, unfortunately for them. But no, we adore them. They're they're such great guys, and they work really, really hard. And they taught us a lot about how to be in this industry, and we could never repay them for all the things that they've done for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really great. It definitely left a void.
Yeah.
In just the beer scene. So I'm happy to see that their beer's available again.
Yes.
And I just want to get in a time machine and just go back. There's just places that have gone away that I would just love one more afternoon just sitting on the bar stool and just experience that. So, you brought up, be unapologetically sincere.
Yes.
Stick to what you want to be for your identity. What's the identity here?
A community space, first and foremost. That was our goal, is to make something that really is really reminiscent of the European beer garden model of being just super entwined with the community. And that's where we find ourselves today, I would say, is when folks are looking for something that's intimate, but laid back.
Yeah.
This is the place that they're going.
Mm-hmm. There's still people, and they're like, well, do you do food? It's like, no, we don't, but we get food trucks that sit in the parking lot, and guess what?
Yeah.
You can plug in a crock pot if you want.
Oh,
People do.
don't
yeah.
threaten me with a good time.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. Woo.
Yeah.
It smells like minestrone in here. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Community.
Yep.
How have people taken that? How have, like, as you've been, you said 2017. So
Yeah.
by my very limited math, so that's around 8 years.
Yep.
Okay. How have people embraced that?
I think it's been really well received and embraced within the community, and folks look to us to kind of continue that niche market of like arts and culture, as well as having that just kind of free space. Like we've seen baby showers, we've seen wakes here, we've seen retirement parties, we've seen just about any event that you can imagine has been held in this tap room.
Yeah.
And
Unicycler. Yeah.
what was that?
The unicycler.
Yes, we've had
That was up
horses,
up in the
cats. Yeah.
Ooh, ballet.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're going to get a bunch of Simpsons references in
Oh,
here. Ever
yes.
since you said you made a
Fantastic.
Simpsons reference.
Yes. Yeah. So we've literally seen it all in here.
Yeah.
And you'll see on any given day, you'll see someone who's in their 90s and someone who's 3 weeks old on any given day. So to see that in this tap room
Yeah.
for us is really heartening, and really special for us, because that's exactly what we were hoping for, is that people would use this as a meeting space for every event.
I mean, some of the types of things that you mentioned, I have to imagine that, you said, baby shower, wake, retirement party. Those are all really important, very major life events. And
Absolutely.
for the same reason you would never see any of those things happening at an Applebee's, it speaks a lot to the trust that you have built
Right.
with that. It's easy for a brewery to say, we want to be the community spot. I want to slam dunk a basketball.
Right.
Well, my BMI says otherwise, but you can't just like speak that into existence.
Right.
How, and I don't know if this is easily answerable, but how did you create that trust? How, like, from when you opened, obviously you said that like you're welcoming space, and I think a lot of people can say that, but like actions and kind of personalities, I think that's what brings people in. That doesn't happen on accident.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I think it happened very organically and slowly. It took a while to establish that there's a brewery in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
And let alone, two now with Rapids Brewing. And, those first couple of years, people were just like, well, I didn't even know you were here. You're on this dirt road behind a Walgreens. Like, what the?
Yeah.
It's like it's the building everyone sees, but no one.
Some of my
no one saw it.
best nights ever started on a dirt road behind a Walgreens. So it's
Exactly. For good times.
yeah.
But yeah, we just kind of slowly kept building it out, and whether that was partnering with other local like restaurants, liquor stores, and different nonprofit groups and community events.
Right. And I think just being the nature of who we are, and it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
So we have so much control over like what our outward kind of vision is
Sure.
for folks. And this is just us. This is who we are as people. We're welcoming. We're very open folks. We're honest with people.
Yep.
We just kind of walk the walk and talk the talk,
Yeah.
and it all followed suit from there.
I would love to see what every brewery would be like if they had that ability. You said it's just the two of you. You are not beholden to investors.
Nope.
You are not. And I think, it's the nature of the beast.
Right.
Some people, they have the dream of opening up a brewery, and the one avenue, the vehicle for that is having that. But, if it's just you you only have to answer to each other.
Right.
Yeah, we set the tone.
Yeah.
We really do, yeah.
You know-
we wear our hearts on our sleeves too, and that's for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes,
What,
that's definitely...
say more about that. I think that's an important thing.
Sure, yeah. So we're one of our mottos is like try anything twice, because you're not gonna you're not gonna figure out if something's gonna work or not unless you try it more than once.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good starting point for this feeling that we have here, but also we put in a hell of a lot of work, and I think that shows for people.
Yeah.
Like the heart that we put behind everything that we do.
Yeah.
We also recognize that we're extremely lucky not to be having a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And if something's not ready, we just don't put it out. Or if it's not good enough, we just dump it. Like, we don't have anyone telling us, like, nope, you got to put it out. You got to do this. You got to do that. So we put ourselves out there quite often. And it pays off a lot, but also it bites us in the ass a lot.
Yeah.
And you have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared for both scenarios, just because people are people. And at the end of the day, their reality is their reality and ours is ours. And we just have to continue on.
Yeah, yeah. Give me an example of a time that it kind of bit you in the ass, and like, how did you deal with that?
I think it's more like the biting in the ass usually happens with the regulars that we get too connected with, and they start taking advantage of our kindness and that sort of thing. Which is just, you'd have to set boundaries at that point.
Yeah. I think that happens at a lot of places.
Right.
Yep.
And one of our things too is like, don't make us make rules.
Yeah.
And usually you end up having to make rules.
Yep. I mean, as a teacher, I'm like, okay, I don't have a seating chart. It's up to you that we keep it that way. And they're like, oh, sweet. And then like 2 days later, I'm like, we need a seating chart because you guys are being asshats and not shutting up. So you burn that bridge. I think that's important. And it's so easy too, because I think especially as you're starting out, you want to get the word out. And I don't know about you all, but most craft breweries do not have a treasure chest of gold that they can, throw out for marketing purposes. So it's like sometimes that word of mouth is, and so you want people to have a good time. You want them to have a positive experience, and like, well, kind of the easiest way of making sure somebody has a good time. Here's a free pint of beer, or like, here's this, and then just like, if people don't understand that, like, okay, that's great, but I'm going to pay for the rest of my stuff. I'm not going to take advantage. But like, not everybody understands that, and so it's like that is important to have boundaries and kind of like, because I could see people maybe, and I think sometimes it doesn't even happen. People aren't even conscious of it, or they're not doing it to be hostile, but they're just like, oh, okay, this is cool. But like, remember, this is their business and livelihood. So
Right.
Yeah. You guys make beer. You must be doing great. Right?
Yeah.
Well, right. I mean, and that,
raking in the money.
that's kind of the misnomer. I think one of the Instagram accounts I follow is Pints and Panels.
Oh yeah.
The artwork, and one of the more recent things that they posted was a pint, and it was a breakdown of cost percentages. So, because people are like, the idea is like, okay, when I first started learning about craft beer, people are like, well, a beer sold in the tap room has the highest percentage of profit because it's made here. You don't have to put it in a package. You don't have to have somebody sell it. You don't need to go through a distributor, or a liquor store isn't taking their percentage. So it was like this percentage breakdown of all the different costs. And, for a long time, I think there was like, well, a pint sold in tap room is 90% profit. That was the narrative that was going around. And this is not a video podcast, but we got some serious eye rolls happening here, because it's that's just not true. And it was a very clear breakdown, like rent, wages, repair costs, ingredient costs, insurance, taxes, tariffs, distributorship, like all that stuff.
Yep, the arm
and it was basically. And you were left with like this way smaller than 90%, either save money for a rainy day or reinvest. Yep. And I think that there's like, people don't realize that. Yeah. And I wonder if it's actually, you know, you're part of the Minnesota Craft Brewers Guild.
Mm-hmm.
I think there needs to be a campaign. I'm going to talk to them when I interview them next week, but I think there needs to be some more education on that, because I think people are still kind of in this mindset that like, oh, if you have a tap room, that's great. You know, you must be making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I think people need to realize that like 10 years ago when, well, in Minnesota now it's like more like 14 years ago, but when people were opening tap rooms, the cost of everything was less.
Right.
You know, you had
Yes.
$5 pints everywhere. And that was like, oh, this is great. And just like, but now it's like changing. The economics of this industry have changed a lot. And I think there needs to be more education so that people like can wrap their brains around, oh, okay, I get why you charge what you charge.
Right.
Right.
I think that's important. I think there needs to be a little bit more transparency there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, is your taproom tax inclusive, or are they adding it on?
Right.
You know,
Right,
those
right.
little
Well, and there
things.
seems to it's a whole I could go on and on, but I
Oh,
won't.
same.
Yeah. Well, if we wanted to do that, we could just go through like a Reddit thread or a beer advocate thread or something like that. Because you see like a lot of armchair folks like, oh, this is why this brewery failed, or this is why they're shutting down.
Oh,
and it's
right.
like, you have no idea
Right.
what you're talking about, because
Yeah.
there's so much nuance, especially in the communities that
For
you're
sure.
in, or like the moves that you're trying to make. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Like we bought a canning line, late 2019, and then it showed up early 2020.
Yeah.
Put a down payment on it in February 2020 and just like, this is going to be great. Uh-oh.
Yeah. We had to learn how to use our canning line via Zoom. Guess what?
Oh God.
Yeah.
5
They're
years
like,
later,
oh, you
still
didn't know
learning about
this?
it.
Yeah. Like, you didn't know this? Like, no, we learned via Zoom.
I'm trying
How
to
would
think.
we
I
have
think
ever-
there's very few things I want to learn via Zoom. I'm very hands-on. I need to be in the moment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So it's just nuance like that where
Yeah.
folks are like, it seemed like the right move at the time.
Yeah.
And ultimately it was.
Right. Yep.
But at the same time, like, it took a lot of work
Yeah.
to understand it, and a lot of trial and error, and a lot of like thrown away product, which isn't easy to do.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and I suppose, I mean, you could look at it that way. I mean, you could look at it, well, at least we didn't do a tap room expansion,
Right.
you know?
Right, yes.
Because at least
Oh
that
my
was,
gosh.
that allowed you to like get beer out. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. What size brew house do you have?
So we have a 8.5 barrel electric system.
Okay.
And then we have 4 17-barrel tanks we can double batch. So if we're
Okay.
doing, like Traveling Jack, we're selling a bunch of kegs and
Yeah.
high volume stuff that moves pretty quick.
Okay.
And then I have a couple single batch sizes, like right at the 8.5 barrel, which is 10 hectoliters.
Okay.
And then we actually just stumbled upon an idea for more taproom exclusive stuff to do like half batches.
Okay.
That's where the New Zealand Pills you're drinking
Okay.
comes in. That was the first experiment with a half batch.
Yeah.
Fill up a tank enough to hit
like
a temp probe, and
Yeah. Bingo.
yeah.
Now I'm on to this Baltic Porter.
Ooh,
This
yeah.
is not a style you see very often in the wild. I really like it though.
Yeah, that was a fun beer. Came on as a collaboration with Revelation Brewing.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Pour
Love
one
you
out. I'm
guys.
not going to pour one. I'm going to
Right?
drink
Yeah.
You're gonna drink it. Yeah.
Pour it into your belly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the first collab we ever did.
Yeah.
it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I miss those guys. I never made it up there. We were going to, so I'm a member of Brewing Change Collaborative.
Oh, yes.
And they made a very generous donation. They brewed a Black is Beautiful beer and donated a very generous amount to BCC. And
Cool.
we had, you know how it is. Like when you're like, well, we're going to do a collab. We're going to come up sometime. And
Yep.
we kept trying to plan it. And then, it just never happened. But
Get that.
I feel so bad because it's like their beer was so good.
Yeah.
And I think
Yes.
that's one of the real unfortunate casualties of the pandemic and just kind of changing habits. Although I have to imagine, I don't know. I mean, we can get into this in the second
Sure.
half, but like, I want to pick your brains to hear about what you think about like, the narrative that younger people are not drinking as much.
Oh,
I
sure.
want to know
Sure.
about that because I don't I have my own ideas, and I don't know if it's necessarily that simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you collaborated with Revelation on this really good, delicious, malty,
Yeah. And it was
really tasty Baltic porter.
kind of part of our lake series because we're in a county that has 1,000 lakes.
Okay.
And then they're in a county that has like one big one.
Yeah.
I think.
Nice.
And so ours was the Pekegama Porter. So Pekegama Lake is the big lake in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
Kind of the destination, I guess, if you will. And,
Okay.
and then they had, was it Bronson?
Yes. Lake
Yeah, Bronson Baltic. So
Okay.
so kind of collabed on that.
Yeah, this is just really good. I love it when I find one of these because it's so rare. Why do you think it's rare that you don't see many of these? Is it because people don't know what it is, so they're like afraid, or like is it a tricky beer to brew?
No, it's not too tricky. It's just a big lager, essentially.
Yeah,
You
right.
know? But I think it kind of fits the gap in between a stout and a porter.
Yeah.
You know, it's just little, like I say, this is my throw every crystal malt you have at a beer.
Okay.
But little on the roasted. Because
Yeah.
it's not too roasty. It's just more full and caramely and kind of raisiny.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that raisiny, and sometimes
Yeah.
there's a little bit of like, in it. If you hand me a black jelly bean, I'm like, nope, I don't want it. But somehow, in this style of beer, that little bit of anise,
Yep.
star anise, is really appealing to
Yep.
me. So I don't
It's
know.
all from those-
Maybe I just need to soak my jelly beans in a Baltic porter, and then I'll
Hey,
just
there
be
you
like,
go. Carry
I'll
around
be
a little-
onto something.
Carry around a little jar with you.
It's like, hold on, let me get my happy juice. We're done with coffee now. Like, what is that?
Glug, glug.
Yeah, this is really good. So, do you do a full batch of this?
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Typically just like a good single batch, get enough cans and kegs.
Okay.
Yeah. That's part of our distribution network.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are all the beers that you send out the door in cans?
So our core four, I would say, would be Travelin' Jack, the West Coast.
Yeah.
Supply Line, the Hazy. Milner Delight, the Raspberry Smoothie Sour. BHK Nut Brown Ale.
Okay.
And then we have a tier 2 core 4 as well, which would be Pekegama Porter, our Smoked Chocolate Stout, our which is Downwind. Smoked Chocolate Stout. It's got an outhouse on the label.
That's hilarious.
People are like, why is there not? It's like, because it's the shit. That's why. It's easy.
We take ourselves
Easy.
super
I
serious.
love that
Yes.
though.
Super
Yes.
serious.
Then our American Light Lager, which is Stranger Ranger. So up here, most folks go by the term Iron Rangers because we're on the Iron Range up here.
Yep.
People will debate us though if Grand Rapids is part of the Iron Range, but we have
it's on the
Tioga.
cusp, on
We
the
have
cusp.
Tioga, so we're counting it.
Okay.
So Stranger Ranger, we always joke that that's like when you walk into a dive bar in northern Minnesota and everyone turns and looks at you.
Yes.
That's a Stranger Ranger.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes.
The hell are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait, I think I have that sound. And everybody looks at you and like,
Yes,
whoa.
exactly.
You hear that drip,
Yeah.
and somebody's like, everybody's just like
Our-
frozen.
Yeah.
Our banker Wayne had a good story of walking into a bar like that once, and everyone's just staring at him, and he's like, "Hold on, guys, let's try that again." And he walked out, and it's like, when I walk back in, everyone say, "Hi, Wayne."
Oh
He made all these awkward
Oh,
rangers
God, that's
go,
funny.
"Hi, Wayne."
That's hilarious. that man is my hero.
Yes,
Oh, he is.
ours too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
great.
hilarious.
That's funny.
And then the fourth tier 2 beer would be our Schoenfeld German honey wheat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
So for everyone. And then we have like our rotators and stuff that we distribute as well. But those are the 8 that we prefer to distribute.
Since it became legal for you to sell 4-packs out the front door, what has that done for your business? Or how has that changed how you view the production side of things?
It saved us a ton of time in the back of house because we were filling crowlers 2 at a time from a keg in a filler. At
I'm so happy those
it's
days are done.
Yikes.
So I think like including labeling and everything, like we're gonna call it a very generous half can a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all said and done. And then nice little canning line can crank out 20 a minute.
Yeah.
And even if we're still hand labeling a lot of them, it's still quite a bit faster.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's just a quick grab and go and not the, well, can you fill me a crowler of this? I'm like, I
Yeah.
got 10 people deep over here.
Right.
I'll get to you.
And the mix and match ability too. And
Yes.
crowlers are just such an awkward size for a lot of folks. Once you crack it, it's cracked. Like you can't.
Right.
Yeah. So it was way better.
And we have those weird, like, 25-ounce ones.
Exactly. Yes.
It's like,
Let's
you
not
go
even
to,
start.
like, Superior and go to the Cedar Lounge, Earth Rider.
Earth Rider. Yeah.
And, like, the first time I didn't realize that Minnesota had, like, not all crowler cans were equal. I think we're the only one with that size. Like,
Yes.
wait a minute, this one on steroids? What happened?
No,
It was like,
it's
well, those were in
normal
Wisconsin,
size.
so like,
Well,
we're the weirdos.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, during COVID too, like it was a smash and grab for everyone to be able to get that size of crowler. I think we had
sure.
to like petition Ball to make
Yeah, I
another
think-
batch
was it
of Minnesota-sized crowlers.
Sociable
So
Cider Works, I
crazy.
think, like invested.
Oh my
If
gosh!
I remember right, they invested a ton of money to like make sure the batch happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like thank you guys. That was
well, yeah,
huge.
that was good
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
But
It was.
yeah.
Yeah. Not cute.
And my problem with crowlers, I don't know if there's a way to, but like, I can never pour a crowler without spilling.
No.
Yeah. It's
Is
so
it
awkward.
like,
I've tried it backwards, upside down, underwater.
yeah. Amphibious crowler pours. The next Zoom video how to. Brought to you by Klockow Brewing. Welcome,
in which Andy just drowns.
That's right. Oh, God.
It ends with
Get me out.
doing-
What's my safe word?
Drowning in beer? Yeah. It's okay.
Oklahoma. Yahtzee.
Cacao.
Yeah, so I like the mix and match.
Yes.
Because it's like, I also think that here's another false narrative, and then we'll take a little break because you're empty, you're halfway, I'm empty, and just
Yeah.
Sure.
it's time. But I wonder. I think remember the big debate about that legislation was liquor stores were like, well, this is going to hurt our business so much. No. I think when people come to a brewery and they're like, oh, I really like that beer. I want to grab 2 more, but I want one of this and one of that. That's got to be so easy. And it's got to help you like move through your product in addition to just being able to fill stuff and get it out, but like keep you on that like routine of keeping fresh beer. And yeah, I think those were 2 different things. I think that people go to, at least I go to a liquor store for a different reason than I would buy to-go beer at a tap room.
Right.
Like, that's like more on a whim. I'm like, oh, I like this. This was something new. I'll grab a couple, or I want to give. Oftentimes, I'm like, I want my friend to try this.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he's not here right now, so I'm going to get this. And, so I would imagine that that's probably helped too. Have you found like certain brands since you started canning them have like gone up? Because people are like, oh, maybe they've never bought it in the liquor store,
Right.
but they're like, oh, I tried this. I want to take some back.
Yeah, I would say that's like the exact reason why it's so good is because we have things that aren't necessarily at the liquor store that are just taproom exclusive that we can do a short can run on.
Yeah.
That we're not going to put out into the market, but we have it here. And folks, if they don't recognize things, they don't tend to buy them.
Right.
Especially when
out
you're
the
staring
market.
at a wall of
yeah.
choices.
When there's
like,
so many good
Oh,
choices.
it's like
to
a
make-
paralyzing
oh my
amount
gosh.
of choice. Like, how do you pick?
Right.
guess I'm getting surly furious again.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's so nice to be able to just have that, like, it's a low buy-in if they're like trying something that they might not have tried on
Right.
tap, but just to have that go out the door after someone has tried it is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. All right. Well, I got an empty glass.
Yes.
Andy's got an empty glass.
Yes.
Tasha's got half an empty glass.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a little break, refuel, and you are listening to a 1 pint stand. We're up here in Grand Rapids, Minnesota at Klockow Brewing. Hey, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you are enjoying a 1 pint stand. My aim is to spread the word about craft beer. Enjoying craft beer is a passion of mine, and I love chatting about it with other people. A One Pint Stand has a goal of helping breweries tell their stories. I love to get out in and beyond Minnesota to visit breweries, beer bars, and meet other interesting beer people. If you're also into those things, you will probably want to keep tabs on the show. So go ahead and follow A One Pint Stand on Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. I also started a TikTok account because I was tired of Charles calling me a boomer for not having one. I would also appreciate any and all positive reviews on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever it is you listen to your podcasts to help make it easier for other craft beer listeners to find us. If you want to be a supporter of the podcast with some of the extra chains you find in your couch cushions, I've got a Patreon. There are 3 different monthly levels of support, and they're priced at $1, $3, or $5 a month. If you pledge at the $3 or $5 monthly level, you get some pretty cool perks. So go to patreon.com and search A One Pint Stand to check it out. We're up to 26 supporters, and I am so excited for what that means for this show. If you like reading about craft beer, check out my written work on aonepintstand.com. I love to write, and that's where you can find a lot of written content that covers both the local craft beer happenings as well as my craft beer travels. I truly appreciate you listening and taking time to enjoy our stories. Prost! It's that time of year again. Lupulin Brewing's Oktoberfest is back and better than ever. Join them on Saturday, September 20th, from noon to 11 p.m. in Big Lake, Minnesota, for a full day of beer-fueled celebration, German style. They'll be tapping fresh beer releases, including their rich, toasty Oktoberfest Marzen, plus fun infusions and plenty of limited pours to go around. Hungry? Multiple food trucks will be there serving up German-themed eats to keep you fueled for the festivities. They'll have live polka from the Elk River German Band, traditional games like axe throwing and the legendary Stein holding contest, and of course, plenty of beer. Dust off your dirndl or break out the lederhosen. It's going to be a wild and wunderbar day at Lupulin Brewing. Oktoberfest at Lupulin Brewing, Saturday, September 20th. Raise a stein, make some memories, and toast to good times.
How about a beer?
We're back. Our whistles are re-wet.
Yeah.
Which, if you can say that at 2:49 on a Monday, you're living life right, I'll tell you. We're here
We're
at
doing it. We're doing it.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Yep.
We're up here at Klockow Brewing in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, and I'm being joined by Andy and Tasha. They are the owners, and we're having a wonderful beer conversation. The beers are delicious. So many different aromas, textures, flavors. It's just what you want in craft beer. And I guess this is maybe a nice way to kick off the second half of our interview here, but do you have a particular philosophy or, when you think about, populating your tap lines, what's kind of like, what do you like to keep in mind? How do you like to showcase how you view kind of the creativity and artistry of brewing?
Yeah, so I think kind of my philosophy behind it when we're kind of planning out brews and what's on tap, what we want to see coming up is I love to have something that I'm excited for.
Yeah.
And in the same breath, I also want to have something that everyone can be excited for, whether that's just a plain Jane drinking beer, light lager,
Yep.
hard seltzer, things where I'm like, I like it, but I don't drink that all the time.
Right.
To the big barrel-aged, exciting stouts and, crazy hoppy IPAs and
Yeah. Stuff where you
run the
need to buy
gambit.
kilos of stuff for.
Exactly.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. So you'll see it also go quite seasonally, especially in our tap room, where you're gonna see like it lean more lighter in the summer and then more dark in the winter. So it kind of ebbs and flows. And the fact that we have 16 taps gives us the ability to really play with that balance and the accessibility of just having something for everyone. So we have, like Andy said, our hard seltzer, all to our like beer or beer flavored beers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then something more challenging for like the more beer nerd aesthetic.
Not to saying a beer drinking beer isn't challenging to make.
Right.
Oh yeah, I think most people would
nothing-
say those are the toughest ones.
Yeah,
to
nothing
make.
to hide behind.
Yeah.
Now I've just kind of got into this smoked lager,
Ooh, yeah.
and this is good. I think maybe my palate for smoke is maybe expanding.
And that's a Beechwood smoke too, so that's a really accessible one. And
Talk to me about, because when I think about smoked beers, I think of like smoked malts. So Beechwood, tell me about that.
Beechwood, it's one of the most common trees in Germany.
Okay.
So it kind of goes back to traditional times when they didn't have a clean heat source to make their malt with. So everything would have had a little bit of tinge of smoke one way or the other.
Sure.
But then this one is smoked, heavily for what it is.
Yeah.
In that Beechwood, and it's not too acidic, not too strong. It's very mellow on the smoke. So like that beer has, I think 60-ish% of the malt bill is the smoked malt.
Wow.
Yep.
That's really, it's very like sometimes, and I think we've all had this experience if we've ever tried a smoked beer. I mean, do you ever remember drinking Surly Smoke?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hooah! It's like going down in a campfire. But this is so much. I do not recommend that. Well, One Pint Stand does not recommend going down on campfires. Unless that's your thing. Hey, no judgment here.
Yeah, we don't
Lucky you're
yuck other
young.
people's
It
yums.
takes all kinds to make the world go round. This seems like a very accessible, almost, I don't want to say gentle because it's there.
Yep.
But it's not. When I smelled it, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? But it's very like pleasing to my palate. So I wonder if like I'm just like I'm growing up or but like it's really good. This is very good. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. That's the wrong word, but I'll say pleasantly surprised because based on what the aroma was, I'm like, oh, this is going to be very smoky, but this is very accessible.
Yeah, and that's something in my brewing philosophy, I guess, is always trying to find balance. Like, even in the biggest IPAs, it's like you're trying to balance that maltiness with the hoppiness.
Yep.
And, the Belgians, you want it to be yeasty, but not too over the top. Or,
Right.
Right.
not make it like a bitter bomb or anything. And
Yep.
like that, it's like, it doesn't want to be don't want to make it a smoke bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that like when beers are overly smoked, it's like drinking a ham sandwich.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay.
In a perfect world, when I went into an Arby's, instead of like Diet Coke, there'd just be liquid ham sandwich on the thing. But yeah,
You could pitch that to them.
I mean, you never know.
Untapped market.
Everybody's
listening,
like, hey, sure, we have the meats, but now we have the meat drinks. One ham sandwich on ice coming right up. But yeah, this is really good. I imagine like if you had this with like some nice, like a nice smoked rack of ribs,
Oh yeah.
that would be really, really good.
Yep, pairs well
Yeah.
with the meat wagon food truck that
It's literally called Chad's
it's
Meat Wagon.
Chad's Meat
Oh.
Wagon.
Yeah.
It's
Chaz, don't Google that on your work computer. It might lead you might be led astray. It's like, oh, I have so many questions. Zookeeper, those monkeys are trying to kill each other. They're having sex. Oh, another Simpsons reference.
I saw the principal and Mrs. Krabappel. They were in the office and I saw the baby.
It's a good thing I don't live here because we would just do this like 2 times a week. This would be really fun. But yeah, this is really good. And I think, do you think that, so for instance, if you use the same, and this is kind of just because I do not have much knowledge about using smoked malts, but if this is a lager, if you use the same type of like smoked process in like a brown or a stout,
Sure.
how would that come across differently?
It does. So we use Beechwood in our smoked chocolate stout. It's a little more subtle. It's more, you get the aroma, but with that, there's so much more maltiness to back it up, even with, the black malt and the chocolate and different crystal malts.
Sure.
That it definitely takes a back seat where it's definitely chocolatey and then smoky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then-
More of like an accent.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. Yeah, this is really good.
Thanks.
Well, and kind of like it, kind of to what both of you are talking about, balance. I have to imagine that when you opened up, there were probably people living in Grand Rapids that had maybe didn't know what craft beer was, or maybe this was their first interaction. Do you feel that, being where you are in the geography of Minnesota, that you have like extra pressure to like, all right, we're probably this first person's interaction with this thing.
Yeah.
We have to really be patient, really take time to educate. We might pour a few samples so that the person coming in can kind of zero in on what they're looking for.
Yeah, I think Tasha nailed it right away when we opened. She really was great at walking people through. Well, what do you like? Oh, I don't know. I think I like beer. What don't you like? Oh, I don't like hops. I don't like bitterness. I don't like. It's like cool. I know where to steer you now.
Yeah.
Right. And we knew coming into it that we were going to have to do a lot of beer education just because we're the first ones and like a good, 60
hour and a half radius. Yeah.
Boomtown was around though.
Right around when we opened, I think.
So,
but anyway,
So we knew we were going to have to do a bunch of beer education, but we were also really heartened when we did our market research.
Yeah.
Folks really, when I asked them like, what is your favorite style of beer or what's your favorite beer? And the folks who were saying stouts, IPAs, sours, like it was really heartening that folks were already aware of like, not just, Miller Lite. Busch Light, So when people are like, I only like Miller Lite, then for example, we would start them off with like, at the time we had Irish Blonde. So I'd give them an Irish Blonde, but then I'd also give them a little taste of the Irish Red. And they'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
I think that spawned one of my favorite compliments, Minnesotan compliment.
Yes.
Oh, that's not so bad.
That's actually pretty good.
It's actually pretty good.
Yes.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I could drink that. It's like awesome.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
Bingo. That's like an Oscar, a gold medal of Minnesotan compliments.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
yeah.
That's
Especially
actually
when the people are bitching about like, wow, you don't got Coors on tap, you don't got McGolden. It's like, no, we don't, but try this. And they sit down and have 6 pints. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So obviously you like it a little bit. You gotta like it.
Hey,
Okay.
Mikey, he likes it.
Yes. Yeah, we do like the car show swap meet in town every
so
year
good.
with the Chamber of Commerce. And our favorite question is like, do you have anything that's domestic? And it's like, we literally make this a mile up the road. You're never gonna have anything more domestic
Right.
than this is.
Well, and kind of like people like changing what the context of a word means.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's really important. And I think that there's a lot of stereotypes, and they go both ways. I think that like a lot of people might be like, well, the person coming in like only asking for this certain beer. I think they're, unfortunately, depending on where you go, I want to believe it's not many places, but like some places do just assume, okay, this person isn't going to, they're not coming back. But like, you don't know that. So take the time.
Right.
And like your question, what don't you like?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's such an important thing
Yes.
to know, because then you have no, like if you don't ask that, if you don't take the time, and it's not much effort.
Right.
No.
Just to like, it's like, hey, what are you not wanting to experience here?
Correct.
Okay, we can eliminate those choices, but here, try these.
Yes.
And then I've always been like, craft beer is about an experience, and like coming in, and like part of the joy of going to a brewery is just like chatting with whomever's behind the bar. Like, hey, what do you like? What should I try? I'm willing to try anything. I don't like, I have styles that are not necessarily my favorites, but like I like to know, because you never know when that switch is gonna thing. 2 years ago, I don't think I would have enjoyed this smoked lager.
Yeah.
But like, this is really good. Cable brewed Grodzisky. I called it like hot dog water. I'm like, I might have another pint of this hot dog water. And he's like, God damn it, Dan. It's just like, but it's fun to always leave yourself open, because the craft beer is about different flavors. But I think you can never just assume anything about anybody.
Yep.
And we've seen that in action with our regulars who have really, over the past 8 years, have seen their palates really expand and change for themselves, even surprising to them, of like, I only liked Busch Light, but now I'm drinking Travelin' Jack West Coast IPA. It's my favorite beer and I can't be without it. And then those regulars become our experts on that beer. And we've had that happen also where Andy will change like one thing in the process and they'll be like, what did you do?
What'd you do?
And-
What's wrong with Jack?
Right. And
Jack is not feeling well.
but that's-
Pitchforks, torches.
Yeah. And it's so great though to have that and to lean on into that because those are our experts at this point.
Yeah.
We have our experts within our regulars.
Okay, I just had a sip of this
Siduri's Elixir.
Siduri's Elixir.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
Gin barrel-aged Saison with
That is
rosemary,
really good.
coriander, ginger, and grains of paradise. That was our Women's Day brew, and we aged it in. So every other year we will do a double batch, and on the double batch years we'll put that batch in gin barrels to age for the next year.
There's so much going on
Yeah.
there, but it's so aromatic.
Yeah.
That's really, really yummy.
Yeah, when we wrote that recipe, we tried a lot of saisons, and we really didn't want to like lean into the sweetness of the saison, which we found a lot of places were doing, and we really wanted to dive into the herbaceousness of a saison.
Well, and there's still this like little kind of undercurrent of tart that really I think helps balance it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, this is really, really good.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
And that's a prime example of having 4-packs available in the tap room.
Yeah,
Not a big liquor store seller.
Nope,
You know,
sure, right.
people are trying it
little
here
bigger beer.
and buying it.
Yeah, they're trying
out
it
of
here,
the
and
tap
they're like,
room.
"You got a 4-pack of that?" Like, I'm like, "Oh, awesome."
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So one of the things I'm curious to know, when we talk about events, obviously, like this is a nice space. I like that there's like, I've got kind of like what I call, and I don't mean this like this shouldn't come off as insulting. I hope it doesn't, but I call it the grandparents' basement section.
Absolutely.
Like of the
100%.
comfy chairs and that you've got longer. I think Dangerous Man was the first tap room to have a long picnic table.
Oh, sure.
And watching people walk in for the first time, like, wait, you mean I'm going to have to sit next to somebody I don't know? I'm going to have to talk to them. Oh, I don't know if I like this craft beer thing, but like, what's the population of Grand Rapids?
16,000, but then the 50-mile radius, I think, is about 50,000.
Okay.
Yep.
So not necessarily a small town, but I'm sure you get a lot of like the same people coming in. I mean, even in St. Paul, there's people I know just solely through a brewery.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I'm like, oh, you're
Oh, yeah.
the regular here.
Yep.
And I'm like, I know you through here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
and so if I want to see this person, I know I have to go here.
Yep.
And I like the kind of the communal. I mean, you said it, trying to create a community.
Yep.
This
Yes.
is one of the nice ways to do that.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't want to say force people here. It's an open invitation. You're going to meet somebody new. Oftentimes in the summer, I'm traveling by myself. So if I don't sit at the bar, I'm not going to be able to have a conversation. Or if I don't sit at one of these tables, I'm not going to have a conversation. I feel like that's harder for Minnesotans to do. As you kind of like, you know, provided the space for people to come in, what are some of the events and types of activities that you do in the tap room that bring people out and put people into this really nice, welcoming environment?
I mentioned before that we really have been leaning into like the arts and culture side of things. The reason why we have such a big stage initially is we hit it really hard with music to begin with. And then when we did that, it seemed like music really kind of re-established itself within the community.
Oh,
and
fun.
less folks were like coming here for music, but more so for like other experiences.
Yeah.
So we do just about everything that you can imagine, like animal shelter. Sorry, someone just spilled a beer behind me.
Don't worry, it's good luck. Trust me.
It happens to everyone. Yeah.
The patron saint of whoopsies.
It's the first time it's ever. No, I'm just
My
kidding.
gosh. Yeah. And Russ is right on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have the animal shelter fundraisers. We've
Okay.
done benefits. We do art showcases. We do jewelry making. Wednesday coming up, we have a mystic market where it's like a witchy market.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, first time for a pop-up tattoo stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flash tattoos.
Ooh.
For the very first time. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. We host author talks. We've had politicians do meetups here.
Okay.
So just literally, and I mentioned we try anything twice, and that's really, really true. Like anything that you can imagine. We've had chili cook-offs.
Yeah.
Fun.
Hot dish cook-off. Yeah, it was really
you
fun.
got to.
Yeah, 48-hour band competition where folks sign up to like create a band within 48 hours. Super fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We'd have trivia. We've had game shows.
Yeah.
Just about like anything. Drag shows. Yeah.
That's okay. Very cool.
Anything you can imagine, we've
That's
probably
good.
have tried it here. And it's so fun. Like the response of the community, and it gets people creatively thinking as well about like, well, I want to host something fun at the brewery.
Yeah.
And so we get a lot of folks reaching out to us with ideas as well, which is great. Plant swaps. The plant swaps are really fun. Yeah.
So it's kind of funny you mentioned that. I've been noticing your tattoos.
Yes.
I don't know if you know Matt Holton, one of the 4 owners at Wandering Leaf.
No, I don't think I know.
So he has a background. He's a horticulturalist, and he has every time he goes to a new state, he gets the tattoo of their state flower.
Oh, cool.
So I think he's up to like 13 or 14. But I was noticing your tattoos. Tell me about those.
Yeah, this is a weeping willow frond that you're looking at because our logo is a weeping willow.
Okay.
So that's what that's about. And then garlic on the other. I love garlic
Oh,
so
okay.
much.
Garlic's the best.
Yes. I'm also a master gardener for the county here. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So
okay.
As if I'm not busy enough, I also
All right.
garden a lot.
Oh, fun.
Good hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see the garlic bulb. I
Yes.
was like, at first I
Yeah.
was like, is that one of those like underwater like seaweed things?
Yeah.
You know, when you're like swimming and your foot touches it and you're like, I gotta go back to shore. It's an eel. It's an eel.
The milfoil?
Yeah, the milfoil. Hey-o.
Hey.
That's one of the very oddly named
Sure.
vegetal species in our lakes. Milfoil. Oh, wait. I saw that at Walmart. Yeah, that's very interesting. So I think that creating community. And maybe this is an assumption, but I mean, if you look at the red and blue map of Minnesota, we're up here in the red area.
Yep.
How, when you do an event that kind of falls under the umbrella of something that is maybe more progressive. So for instance, like a drag show or something like that.
Yeah.
Do people approach it with like an open mind?
Some do.
I'd say 99% of the people do.
Yeah.
We definitely got a lot of hate when we first we did our first drag show, and we even got a couple of local churches who were very upset with us.
Yeah.
One of them sent us a quote care package unquote with actually mine and Andy's like favorite things.
It was weird.
And mentioned
A jug of milfoil. Oh my God.
Yeah,
This is
my
great.
favorite things. Thank you.
They actually mentioned our daughter by name a couple times in this nice little letter that she sent us, which was really jarring and not appreciative, but also
No.
clearly doesn't know us very well.
Especially when it's a place
Because-
when you go on the website and like, we welcome everyone. It's like,
Yeah.
you should reconsider that statement.
Yeah, I
'cause
don't think
You
that's
don't.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I went and brought the care package back to their doorstep, Russ, our one of our staff here was like, please don't burn it down. And Andy's like, just, maybe let us know if someone's there so I can preemptively. No, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal because
Very
like
black metal
if
of
they
you.
were, if they were there, I would have had a conversation about how
Yeah.
inappropriate that was.
Right.
But it's like, no, I'm keeping the letter because that's mine.
Yeah.
But you can have your package back because I don't want your gardening magazine and Reese's peanut butter cups and like random things that you scrubbed our website for to find out more about us, to give us like this very specific package.
Yeah.
And I think after blocking and banning a lot of folks on Facebook,
Most of whom are not local people.
most of whom are not local people, but also who needed to maybe have the FBI called on them because the things that they were writing us about were really, really,
Really heinous.
really heinous. Yeah, that's a good word for it. That it's like, where are you coming up with these ideas of why do you think this would be happening?
Right.
It's a 21 plus show. Like there's no children there, and the fact that they were like bringing up kids, it just was really unsettling.
Well, I think there's. First of all, I'm really sorry to hear that because I think when you open up a business, it's your business. Mm-hmm. No. The thing I don't understand, and I'm a left-leaning Democrat, okay? But I don't understand why, if something is happening at a business, why people that nobody's forcing people who don't agree with that to go there. So why do they care? I think I want to thank you, and I appreciate that you are, being sincere and providing those things because diversity of programming is very, very, very important.
No, it's huge.
Absolutely.
And I think that there's a lot of people that live in a red or a blue area that might not necessarily have those values or ideals. And I think it's just really important to have a variety of things, places to go where people can walk in and feel welcomed. As a person of color, I don't know, there's places I don't always feel comfortable going.
Yeah.
But now I know here's at least one place in Grand Rapids. I'm sure there's way more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But where I can come and feel comfortable and be myself and maybe enjoy a drag show or enjoy a market or just do a lot of stuff. And I think that's really, really important. And I think the fact that, because I think it's hard. I've talked to a lot of breweries that are outside the Twin Cities who have done things and they've gotten blowback in a variety of ways. And I can't imagine. I know that's not easy. So I just wanted to thank you two personally for doing that.
I appreciate that.
And because it's really, really important.
Yeah, I agree. And the other factor too is when people come in for said drag show, I'm the one at the door who's looking at everybody's IDs because I want them to physically give me their IDs and I want them to physically look me in the eyes as they're walking in because I'm just head on a swivel. I want to make sure that I'm keeping everybody safe and keeping it the way that it should be for such an event, which is a lot of joy. And it shows when people are have never experienced something so fun.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're listening and you've never been to a drag show, you need to do it.
Oh my gosh.
Because
it is a riot.
First and foremost, it's entertaining as hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're just you're gonna see joy. And I don't care what political color you are have affinity with. We all need joy in our lives.
Yes.
That's really important.
With real people, real feelings, real lives.
Yeah.
And it's not that serious.
Not that serious.
We're having a really fun time.
Some of the silliest people out there.
Yeah. And we're just that's kind of our whole philosophy, pure and simple, is just that we make beer. It's not that serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're having a good time. We work really, really hard, but we are also having a really, really good time.
And I think you have to.
It's hilarious after a Christmas time-ish drag show to come into the play bathroom and there's hair clips with Grinch fur.
Yeah, there's Grinch fur everywhere the last time. Glitter and Grinch fur was after
you have to make a beer called Glitter and Grinch fur.
There you go.
Somehow that could be
For sure.
some sort of a pine bough IPA or something like a Sati or something that'd be kind of fun.
You could put eyelash glue and then dip the rim in some fur.
Oh, that would be hilarious. I'm going all in.
Yeah.
You call it something Merkin. I don't know. We get creative with the names, but
Grinch Merkin.
Grinch Merkin.
Oh,
it's a great
there it
beer
is.
name.
I love it when an idea happens on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes,
great.
write it down. Put it on the list.
Cheers to that.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers to Grinch Merkins.
Yes.
Grinch Merkins.
Oh, before you go, really quick,
Mm-hmm.
Tasha, as you look back on the last 8 years of, since you opened the brewery and even before that in the planning stages, what are you most proud of about what you've created here?
I would say really this sense of community, and just what we've grown here, and seeing how much people value being able to have a space where they feel like they can just come as they are.
Yes.
That is such a huge accomplishment for me, to see how much people spend time here in all their stages of life that we talked about before. Yeah. Like, we just had a memorial for one of our regulars who passed away unexpectedly. Sorry, I'm going to get a little emotional. And like, he left a hole at our bar. Yep. He really, really did. And I feel that way about so many folks here and so much of our staff. Yeah. We're so lucky, endlessly lucky, about all the support that we have and all the support that we reflect back onto the community. It's huge.
It's more than just the beer.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
100%.
That's very special.
Yes.
Yep.
It's very special.
Thank you.
Andy, tell me about, I think craft beer, there's the adage that gets floated out a lot is that craft beer is 99% asshole free.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And
almost 100%. Almost
100%. There's every now and again you'll run into somebody like, oh, you're in the 1%.
Yep.
But since you've opened, Rapids Brewing is also open, and they're a brew pub. Talk to me about, 16,000 people, give or take, in Grand Rapids. That's more than enough people to support more than one brewery.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you do much with Grand Rapids? Do you view them as competition, or do you view them as just like, hey, here's another place that we can kind of coexist with and kind of cross-pollinate with? How do you view that?
Oh, I mean, we get a lot of tourism up here, and it's one of the first questions people ask. What should I do around here? I'm like, have you been to Rapids Brewing? They're like, no, what's that? It's like, oh, go get some dinner, get some lunch, whatever, get some beer, bourbon, wine. You can get a whole different thing.
I mean, if I'm going to pick up my crystal ball,
right?
I'm going to look. We might wind up there this evening.
Oh, we might
possibly drinking some bourbon. Who knows?
Who
I mean,
knows?
I'm not a soothsayer,
So
but
don't threaten me with a good time.
That's right. That's right.
But like right away, there's a few locals that were just like, "Well, what do you think of the competition?" And it's like, it's not competition.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much more camaraderie in the brewing industry than competition. And
it's so, I think it's so, because I'm sure a lot of people, like, whatever industry they work in, there is competition. I mean, if you're in any kind of technology, you're making a product, or you're like in the, you want to do better than the other person.
Right.
But like, it's completely the opposite in craft beer, because if you're doing well, you want the other place to do well so that more people are going to come here, because very seldom when I go out for beer, I'm not just going to one place.
Exactly.
I want to go to a couple places.
Have a couple beers
or like
here,
if I'm traveling, especially if I'm traveling, the first brewery I go to, I always like, okay, I'll drink a couple beers, and then I make sure to talk to the people sitting at the bar, the people behind the bar, like, hey, where would you go? Yeah. I've never been here before. I don't know much about this location.
Yep.
Tell me where else I can find. And it's the thing about craft breweries is it's not just a good place to get some different waypoints for other places to go find a beer, but the people that hang out in a craft brewery, they're going to know where to go to get the good coffee in the morning.
Yep.
They're going to know where to go find the good lunch.
Oh yeah.
The neat kind of like dive bars or the hidden gems. I mean, sometimes when you travel, you do a search, and like, this happened to me on my very first beer road trip back in 2015. I was to break up the drive from Kansas City to Denver. I went to Wichita.
Oh, nice.
Which, it's kind of an interesting. People are like, why Wichita? I'm like, I don't know.
Goes to Wichita?
There were a couple breweries there, and I don't know. It was just like, I went there, and there was a brewery that had opened between the time I did my research for the trip and the time I left. I'm like, when I got there, I'm like, oh, there's this Hopping Gnome Brewing Company. That wasn't, so I'll check that out. And it was by far the most enjoyable brewery that I went to in Wichita. And so like, you've got to leave yourself open to that. But like, the first brewery I went to, they're like, oh, have you been to Hopping Gnome before? I'm like, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, go there. They just opened. They're doing really good stuff. And I'm
Nice.
like, it wound up being kind of like the highlight of my stay in that
fantastic.
area.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, when there's like quality places, like you're probably sending people their way. They're probably sending people your way.
Yep.
And the fact that you are a microbrewery and the fact that they are a brew pub, those are kind of two different umbrellas.
Oh, for sure.
Because you can have food trucks and whatnot, but they
Yep.
make their food in house.
Right.
They provide bourbon,
Yep.
spirits, wine.
We're not
They
competing
can-
for tap handles.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
Shelf space. and
Well,
that
they
kind
could
of
also. I mean, this is. We keep bringing up Northbound Andy.
Yeah.
I feel like he's here in spirit.
stuff. 100%.
He's. But you know, they have. I think this is also talking about. You know, being able to have guest taps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they always try to have Hammerheart beer.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that Northbound was the only place I ever tried the Imperial smoked pumpkin beer from.
Hail the Dark Gourd.
I know, yes. So I'm like in the 0.3% of people in the world that love pumpkin beers.
Nice.
And that beer was really, really yummy. That's also one of the things that a brew pub can do. They can have guest beers.
Yep,
And so
exactly. Yep.
those Venn diagrams, they're not really competing. They're both different and good in their own ways.
Yeah, you kind of try to prop each other up. You know, you want to see everyone succeed and do well. And, you know, we've collaborated before. There's a really awesome event in early fall that our local community radio station puts on along with the city called Riverfest.
Oh, okay.
They've had anyone from Trampled by Turtles headlining, Wilco, Jason Isbell.
Okay.
It's been a fun little fest the last few years. And was it 2 years ago we collabed with Bemidji Brewing and Rapids Brewing.
Oh, fun.
To make
okay.
a Riverfest specific beer.
Oh, nice.
It worked out perfect because, you know, we brewed at Bemidji, we brewed here, and then we were both able to get it on tap at Rapids Brewing. And so people could be there. It's a little more centrally located for the festival and all that.
Sure.
And they have a very festival exclusive beer that they had full part in and that they could serve. And one of the only downsides to the law is like, well, if we brewed it at Rapids Brewing, I couldn't sell it here.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, that'd be sweet to have a collab beer brewed somewhere else.
Yeah,
on tap.
Like a home and away.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think the Twins are playing in Milwaukee this weekend and the Brewers played here. You know, it's like, that just makes sense.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah, that's fun. You know, I know you mentioned earlier that you brewed the Baltic Porter with Revelation Ale Works. Who are some of the other? I mean, the wonderful thing, and I think I first met you at the Minnesota Brewers Cup Awards a couple years ago when it was at the Union Depot.
Yes. Yep.
And you had won, I think you won a couple awards that night. You've won several awards over the years. And
I'm very excited.
But I love that night because it's such a fun celebration.
Oh, it is. It's a blast.
of breweries. And I think that, like, for me, it's fun to see, like, it's fun to be surprised or be like, whoa, I've never heard of this place.
Right.
Apparently I've got to get there.
Yep.
And who are some other brewers or breweries in the Minnesota craft beer world that, let's say you've got a something breaks down in the back of the house.
Yep.
You're like, oh God, who's on your speed dial if you've got like a brewing question or like, hey, I ran out of this hop. Would you possibly have this hop that I could borrow? Or like, who are some of your collaboration partners or maybe breweries that you'd like to collaborate with that you haven't gotten around to yet?
Honestly, say first and foremost, Darren at Rapids Brewing.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, my yeast didn't ship with my thing or I'm struggling with the fermentation, something need hops. It's always a good symbiotic relationship. Be like, do you have this? He's like, come on, come down and grab it.
Yeah.
Which is super sweet because they're right there.
Okay.
But we've definitely exchanged and collaborated before with like Bemidji Brewing.
Okay.
You know, they're not far away. Good friends of ours now.
I need to get up there too.
Highly recommend it. They always make such just good, clean beer.
Yeah, I mean, I've had their. That's one of the things when I come up here because I don't think. I mean, they might be down in the Twin Cities in liquor stores now, but for a while, I'm like, well, if I want Bemidji, I need to get up here.
You got to get
like
in the
central
vicinity.
Minnesota at least. But their blonde ale is just such a good summertime beer. It's good boat beer.
Have a stout year round too. That's just fantastic.
Yeah,
and their seasonal IPAs too are just on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely we've helped out each other in a pinch before. Moose Lake Brewing is another one.
Okay.
It's like, hey, we ran out of pack techs. Can I come grab some? Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. That's
Ursa
cool.
Minor in Duluth, also kind of kindred spirits. And,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they have they're similar to your tap list as far as like what they do a nice job of like, they'll have like a lot of IPAs, but they also have like, what is it called? Oh, Ewok Cuddles. It's like their Belgian Double. Like that's like a great name.
Yep.
Who are you looking? Is there a brewery or a brewer that you're like, I would love to sit down and do a collaboration with them because
there's been a long-standing idea every time, have a couple beers at the Brewers Cup to try to recruit.
It's not hard. They're everywhere.
Right,
I love
they're
that.
Everywhere. It's fantastic.
I feel like that's probably the most enjoyable night of the year.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
It's so much
it's
fun.
just so good.
So I keep, been good friends with Little Andy for a long time, the city elf,
Little Andy, the city elf.
And then got to know Andy Ruland a little bit. And then Andy, I can't remember his last name, out in Fergus Falls.
Okay.
But I keep pitching this idea. It's just, we got to have it come together. We got to have an Andy collab.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
You could, there's so many different ways you could go with that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because, when I think of like bad weather, I think of loggers.
Oh, yeah.
Andy and his team do such a nice job with their loggers. But at Northbound, all the city elf does is win World Beer Cups,
just
JBF,
rakes it in.
and then like at the Brewers Cup, I'm like, God, you're gonna get your steps on your pedometer. You keep coming up here, and like that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I've not been up to Fergus Falls yet because they have two breweries up there, right?
They do, yeah.
An Andy Brew,
The Andy Brew.
Beer Day.
Yep, and then a long time standing, deep friendship with Hammerheart. Austin and I have collabed a couple times now.
Okay.
And here, and then we're scheming right now on me coming up there to do one.
Okay.
And it's gonna have some smoke in it, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it did, and people are like, nope, this is fake.
A smoked cold IPA before. I don't know. Yeah, it's a.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Oh yeah.
So. You mentioned cold IPA. That was like such a big thing. I thought that was going to be the next thing, and I love them. And they just kind of like fizzled.
Yeah, it's part of the weird, IPA trends
Ebbs
going,
and flows.
where like hazy was up, and then that kind of stayed up, and then people tried brutes, people tried, cold IPAs, whatever else, dip hop, whatever. But that's when we brew seasonally. We brew it every winter.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a fun beer.
Yeah. Now I'm sure that as the owner, brewer, jack of all trades, you probably spend a lot of time here. But when you get the random off time in Grand Rapids, where are you going for a beverage? And I guess a kind of follow up question to that is like, other than beer, kind of what do you like to enjoy? What do you like to imbibe?
Well, so kind of in the winter, I'm very seasonal when it comes to extracurricular activities. In the winter, I curl.
Oh, okay.
And we got an awesome curling club here, and people, it's one of those setups where they have a 3-2 license, and we sell our light lager there because it's a 3-2 beer.
Oh, perfect.
And then people can bring in anything, whether that's different bourbons, different beers to try. Had some good friends up there that were kind of on a really big NA kick for a while, that every week he'd have a different NA to try. It's like, sweet, awesome, let me try this.
And there's so many good options now for that. Yeah. Like, that's really, really good. Do you, I guess this is a random question, but like, if you had to just guesstimate a percentage of people coming in, do you get a lot of people asking for NA options?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
okay.
a lot of times. So we do a NA version of our BHK.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And then we just started working with a guy out of Hibbing who just got his license to be able to wholesale his kombucha.
Oh, okay.
And he offered it in bottles right away, and we're like, yeah, bottles go, it's not front and center on the tap list. I was like, I told him, like, what do you think about filling kegs? And he's like, I could do that. I'm like, yeah, I have kegs for you to fill if you want.
Oh, that's
so
perfect.
I started filling kegs, and it's been great.
Good. Okay.
And so go through a lot of kombucha. And then we entered the THC market too, coming up on 2 years ago.
Okay.
And that's another, people that aren't drinking alcohol, but they still want a little something.
Yeah.
Just a non-alcoholic, kind of thing.
Yeah, the California sober kind of a thing.
Exactly. Yep.
So is that a big part of your, like what percentage of your sales would you say is THC related?
In the tap room, it's pretty low, but you do get people, it's mainly people grabbing 4-packs kind of thing to go.
I feel like it's more of a kind of an at-home thing.
Right, pretty much. But in like liquor stores, it's pretty big. It's always, like, at least for us in a self-distributing perspective, it's kind of always the, okay, here's our beer order and a case of THC. It's kind of the thing.
Okay.
Honestly, in our biggest places we sell THC is the Super One grocery stores here in town.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they let us put it in a nice little display rack right by the checkout counter.
Oh, that's perfect. That's good. I know in talking to a lot of different breweries, like that's kind of been a lifeline over the last couple years.
Oh, definitely. It's settled down a little bit for sure. Like last year was definitely more of the boom. And then I think this year, for at least what I'm seeing on the numbers, it's a little bit of a correction, but it's still a steady roar.
But it's still positive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What do you think? So when people say, I mean, obviously, like craft beer has changed in a lot of ways. I think growth has slowed. Tasha mentioned Reddit earlier.
Loving it.
Between Reddit and the Beer People Facebook group. Oh God. It's like you want to feel shitty about yourself. Just go on there. But I mean, it is kind of interesting. What do you think? Do you think that young people are not consuming as much?
Sort of, but also, I don't know, I have to check a lot of IDs here. People coming in that are, I'm like, you don't remember 9/11? It's kind of thing. And I think it's a little different. They're maybe not as fully gung ho. Let's go out to a bar and have 6-8 beers.
Right.
I think it's more of a measured approach, maybe.
Sure.
On the younger crowd.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I want to try it. I'm excited to try it, and this is good. I like this. I don't like this. They're all trying to figure it out. It might not be the same thing as like when I was newly 21-ish.
Let's
older roommate
prepare to make the jump to light speed.
like, what is this? Like, this is Newcastle. I'm like, awesome. Like, what's this? Oh, this is a Bass Ale. Like, awesome.
Yeah.
Smittix and that kind of stuff. And then Surly came around, and there was a bar in Dinkytown, lived by there for quite a while. And my buddy's band would play a Tuesday night residency, and they had Furious, Bender, and Coffee Bender for like $2 a can. It'd be a great way to spend a Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think when people hear like a young person is taking a more measured approach, they hear they're not drinking as much. I just think they're just like more selective.
Yep.
I just think that there's so many other factors as to why sales are not as positive as they used to be. But I think it's like there's so many choices, there's so many different beverages, and if you're not doing THC, or you don't have the ability to do THC, I think you're kind of at a disadvantage. I also think it's so funny. 10 years ago, when I think of, brew pubs, I'm like, oh, that seems like you can't put your beer in liquor stores. Why would you want to be a brew pub? Right. And now that seems like a very good way to kind of like hedge your bets and make sure, because you're serving food. And, research says that, if somebody's eating food, they're going to stay an average of 52 minutes longer per visit. Yep. And you're also bringing in, if somebody's not a beer person, they're not going to go to a brewery. They're going to, they might want wine, or they might want spirits. And so I just it seems like it's ever changing. And I think here's a question.
Yeah.
Let's say somebody comes up to you and says, hey, Andy, I want to start a craft brewery. Do you tell them it's a good idea or not?
It depends on the context, for sure.
Yeah.
No, it depends. Like, cool is your area. Where are you looking to do it? Is kind of, I think, would be my first question.
Yep.
It's like, we're going to start something else in Grand Rapids. Like, okay, well, here's maybe what you're getting into.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, I'm going to start one in, Ely or something. It's like, you might have a market.
Yeah.
Or like, well, what do you make? What's your focus? Are you going to be a community space? Are you going to just be, we make the best IPAs and everyone else can just shove it? Or
Yeah.
But,
well, I think you definitely have to have a vision and an identity.
Yep.
and you can't just be like, we're just gonna, we're gonna open with 12 taps and we'll see how it goes.
Right.
Those days are in the rear view mirror.
Yep.
But as we've kind of like talked about, you've created community here.
Yep.
You have balanced beers for all tastes. You've got seltzers, you've got kombucha, you've got THC. So you've covered the gamut of anybody who's going to want to come in.
Right.
And I think that's really important. And I think like if you're going to go out and say, hey, we're going to be a lager place, you better know how to brew a lager or you're going to be screwed.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting time in craft beer, but I'm really, I've never been here before. I am really happy with what I have discovered here.
Yeah.
What, as you look back on the the pre-planning, the 8 years you've been open, what makes you the happiest about kind of what you and your team have created here?
Well, like I think for me personally, it's like, this is the job I want to be doing. Tasha and I have talked endlessly, like, what would you do if we didn't have the brewery? I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of interests and things where I'd be like, I could do this. I could definitely do this. Because I have a music background and a business background.
Yeah.
So it's like I could do a lot of different things, but this is kind of the happy zone, where I get to be my own boss and and that kind of thing. And I think one of the things I'm most proud of is just introducing good craft beer to an area that didn't have options before.
Yeah.
Like when we moved up here, the craziest thing you can get on tap was maybe Alaskan Amber or Icy Bay IPA. Just like good beers, but also, it's come a long way since then. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And just kind of, setting the tone. I feel like definitely proud of that, of just like, hey, here's good, clean, balanced beers. If you're a beer fan and you like them, awesome. Appreciate your support.
Yeah. It's so important. And just to be kind of like the people that introduced the community to that is really, really fun.
Yeah.
Well, Andy, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to chat. I know this has been a long time coming, but the beers are sensational. The conversation was captivating and fun, and and I just I love. I think I'm a little older than you. I'm 46 years old, and I think I found that I always enjoy making a new friend.
Yes.
So absolutely. I feel like we are friends now.
We
no longer just beer acquaintances. So I want to cheers to you.
Cheers to that.
And this has been another on location episode of a 1 Pint Stand here at Klockow Brewing. Cheers. I think it says a lot about Andy and Tasha as people that we had such an easy rapport chatting about Klockow Brewing. Given the fact that this was actually the first time we sat down and conversed more than hello and goodbye. They are immediately welcoming, and I felt like we had been friends for many years. I know that hospitality is a big part of craft beer, and I definitely felt that at Klockow Brewing. During my 2-day visit to Grand Rapids, I actually wound up going back to Klockow 2 more times to hang out, and it was a great place to be. I just wanted to hang out and kind of understand what the vibe was like. If you're ever up in Grand Rapids, you should stop into Klockow Brewing. Their beer selection is diverse and their tap room is welcoming. I cannot say enough good things about my time there, and I can't wait to venture back. Now, I want to give a special thank you to Brad Ashton, Marcus Dodson, Chuck Dorsey, Vicky Epper, Daniel Fisher, Todd Fitzloff, Laura Fleischfresser, Matt Holton, Cable Lefto, Dave Long, Ben Michaels, Brent Newman, Bree Smith, Jesse Storms, Sarah Crivalento, and Brian Wu for being Kegstander level supporters of the A 1 Pint Stand Patreon. You've all shown incredible generosity, and I'm grateful for it. Cheers to you all. Now, before I sign off, I want to give a big thanks to our sponsor, Lupulin Brewing Company, where top-tier ingredients meet expert craft to create seriously good beer. Find them at your favorite craft beer spots or swing by their taproom in Big Lake. You can find them online at lupulinbrewing.com or follow Lupulin Brewing on social for all the latest pours and happenings. With that, this has been another episode of A One Pint Stand, a Minnesota craft beer podcast where the pants stay on, but the caps come off. Cheers.
You do drugs, Danny?
Nice. Okay. You've already got the Caddyshack references. This is going to be a good one. Right?